if we take the topic of thinking about thinking something through, the topic of thinking something through. So maybe an example could be thinking about going back to work after maternity leave, for example. So I think for me there's always a few things that need to be thought about when you're facing a stumble block, whatever it is. What emotions you're going through, what do you choose to do, and then what are the consequences of that choice as well on your emotions or the situation as a whole. So I think it's like a triptych of emotions, the choice, and what happens with those choices. So if you think about the going back to work through maternity, I mean, there's a lot of emotions involved because you've got your child, you've got your work, and usually there's a dilemma there. So I think never shy away of facing those emotions because they're going to be there, and you have to go through the emotions and what that makes you feel like to actually acknowledge what choice you're making based on this. So there could be guilt, there could be overwhelm, there could be a lot of things coming up for a mum going back to work after maternity. So acknowledge that. And then, how do you choose to react to those emotions? The guilt, well, if you choose to go back to work, there's always going to be a little bit, but then how do you deal with that? So, is there a balance between how many days you work during the week to manage this? But it's going to be different for everybody. And then based on that choice is, well, what conversation you need to have with your employer to actually manage this. Because if you're not happy with the decision you're making, you're not going to be happy with work. So really, I think when you think through something, there's what emotions you're facing, what choice are you making on based on those emotions, or what other choice could you make? And then what are those choices impacting on the final decision? And then really being aware of that so that you can make a decision on what makes the most sense for you at that time of your life.